This is the story of the day. A pop-up advice booth manned by these three wonderful grandmothers became the surprise hit at a recent community event run by Anglicare in Sydney's CBD. And we are thrilled that Brenda, Dawn and Carol join us this afternoon to share some incredible wisdom. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Can I first of all ask, the three of you share how much years worth of wisdom combined?
Apparently it's 227 years.
227
so you combine
years.
our ages, yes.
Okay, so for you, Dawn, I mentioned earlier that you're part of this granny stand, they call it. Why did you want to be involved? So you're offering people life advice. Why did you want to get involved?
I think there's a lot of young people out there that need, or they don't have the parental or grandma advice, grandparents' advice. And, you know, looking to their future, they have questions that they'd like to ask, but they only have their friends, you know. So it's very important to fall back on the generations to get their ideas and how they did things so that they can follow, you know, in their footsteps and know that they can find something that will suit them in their careers, you know.
Which is incredible, right? And Brenda, for you, what was the most interesting question you were asked by somebody going up to the stand?
Probably I've had a boyfriend for 18 months. Should I get married yet?
And what did you say?
I said, no, take a little more time, because when you get married, it is 24/7 and you need to be able to share time together. So do bushwalks, go to the movies, put your phones away and talk to each other. Learn about the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
That is such
I've
great
spent
advice.
60 years with my husband.
Oh, congratulations. What's the secret to keeping it alive?
Well, I think to love, to trust, to have compassion for each other, to look after each other and do things together.
Yeah, great advice. Carol, for you, I know a lot of young people were coming up to you asking about social media, how to meet people and the struggles they're facing today. What advice did you give young Australians?
We said to them, because they were sick of dating apps and they felt that was the only way, and we just suggested to join a club. Most people have an interest in, say, sport, or, you know, maybe they go bowling or go to the movies. Just join something that you're interested in, because that's a great way to meet people. It's a safe way to meet people, and it also means that when you do start chatting with somebody that you might be interested in, you already have a common interest. And so it's just more important to be out there and be really relational rather than try and form relationships over a screen or a phone when you really don't know often on a dating app who it is you're actually speaking to.
Dawn, for you, struggles today are very different to what we faced in previous generations. What's your life advice for someone who's struggling right now?
I think to be, you know, consider what they are doing, how much they can give to a community, be involved in a community, sporting events, things like that, that can journey them on with a group of friends that can help them experience life, you know, and like Carol said, make friends with people that are like-minded, you know.
And what about the importance of connection, human connection, because that's in many circumstances what we're missing at the moment?
Yeah, I think that's what they find hard is just face to face. You're not getting that person that's behind that face. You know, that's when you need to go out into the community, find the people that match your thinking, or ask for parental advice in where you should be.
Yeah, it's some great advice on so many different fronts.
Yeah.
Brenda, for you, what about sense of humour? How important is sense of humour in life?
Oh, you've got to have that. You've got to have a sense of humour. I have a husband who often we call him a wonder husband, because you wonder what he's going to dream up next.
I thought you were going to say wonderful husband.
Well, he is wonderful.
Right.
He is wonderful. But over our lifespan, you know, he's very visionary, and he likes to come up with lots of different ideas, and I just have to go along with them.
Go with the flow?
Go with the flow, yes. I think, oh, well, here we go. We tried this one again. See how this works.
Well, you're never short of surprises, are you? From that point of view. And also, Carol, a lot of young people right now struggling financially, cost of living crisis. Did people ask you about that at all?
They did ask us about that. It's a very different world with, I think, a lot of things. There's different expectations now. So when we just talked to them about how when we got married, we had not much furniture or second-hand furniture. We didn't go out for meals. There sort of wasn't take-out meals. And so people are struggling for things beyond themselves, the economy and all of that. And I recognise it's harder for mums to stay at home. We all had the privilege of staying home. But I also think people are spending a lot on takeaway food, on just things that are not really necessary, or they have the expectation that when they get married, they will have a house with a TV in every room and every gadget that opens and shuts. But really, when you get married, it's because you want to spend your life together with the person that you just love and treasure, and you want to just do life together. And that's the most important thing. You know, you talked about relationships, and really, at the end of life, or at every stage in life, things can come and go, but relationships with people, that's the thing that remains, and that's the thing that is important. You know, if things fall apart, if you have grief or loss or anything, it's the relationships around you that remain and sustain you and can carry you through. So I think for young people, just have a look at where they're spending their money. We all went through the 18% inflation on the home loans
in the 80s. And also, I think what you said, all of you have such great life advice, but about what really is a definition of true success is relationships. Wonderful, giving, caring relationships. Thank you for your life advice. I could chat to you all afternoon, but I'll get in trouble. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
And can you go on a national tour? Can you take the advice on a national tour? I'll go with you. I'll coordinate.
All right.
Okay, game on. Thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.